everyone. My name is Andy Diedrich, and welcome into our pregame interview presented by Recruitlings. We're back at Seven Bridges Ice Arena for the CCHL season finale. Kennedy Cup Finals Game 3 is coming your way shortly. The two-seeded St. Ignatius Wolfpack are tied up 1-1 against the home Benet Kennedy Red Wings. Standing next to me, St. Ignatius Wolfpack head coach Spencer Montgomery. Coach, well over 60 games this year. The amount of times you guys have suited up. How do you keep the mentality going to go out there and compete when you've played that many times?
Yeah, not all games are necessarily treated equal. This is a huge one. The history, the legacy of the league, and the fact that we have the last 3 Kennedy Cups makes this something that I hope I didn't have to get anybody up for in the morning.
You talk about the history of this. It's the oldest hockey championship in the state of Illinois. Does that add just a little bit more fuel to the fire when it comes out here searching for your 4th straight cup?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you think of Chris Chelios winning this cup with Mount Carmel, and I think Eddie Olczyk played for Brother Rice back in the day. So in this league, there's been so many players. Joe Corvo with Fenwick, I know, won a Kennedy Cup. So this is something that people remember. I mean, when Chris was at the United Center, when his jersey was going up and being retired, he talked about it. Simply, yeah, it does mean something, and it's pretty cool when you look back and you see people who have won this in the past. You know what the Kennedy Cup means.
Reflecting on the first 2 games in this series, Game 1 was a win here for your team. Game 2 took it back home with a chance to clinch. Benet took it to you there, though. Back to Game 3, though. Home team has not won a single time here. How are you planning to capitalize on what you saw from Game 1, maybe change from Game 2 to come out here, steal another game on the road, and come out with another cup?
Yeah, I like how we stuck in the game. I thought we played disciplined in Game 1, and that helped us. We're going to use this wider ice, use our skating ability to create opportunities, and ultimately we know this is going to be a battle today, but feel like we're in the hunt and hoping to come out on top.
Coach, not much more needs to be said. Go out there. Best of luck.
Thanks so much, guys.
Do what you got to do. Thanks.
Have a good one.
You as well. We'll bring in Coach Andrew Schlie, head coach of the Benet Red Wings. Coach Schlie, we've talked a lot this season. I'm going to miss talking to you. How are you, my friend?
I'm all good. This is the most calm I ever get. We've done what we can do, and it's time for the boys to execute.
Yeah, and of course, most recent game, back at the United Center on Sunday, it was a great matchup. Playing New Trier, it was a difficult game, of course. 1-0, any hockey game is a great game, but what did you like from that game, if there's anything to draw to try and just bring into this for the last gasp effort to at least get some hardware for this season?
Well, the resiliency of the team definitely showed through in that game. I think we were fighting a little more than just New Trier in that game, so the boys continued to rebound and continued to put up with things that were outside of their control. If they can bring that to this game, I like my chances.
That word you mentioned, resiliency, I think is important here. Your team's played close to 60 games, if not more. I'm not really sure what the count is. There's been so many. How do you, as a coaching staff and just alongside your coaching staff, keep these players ready to go when the moment's biggest?
When the moment's big, they're ready to go. It's an internal drive, and that's the one thing you can't coach, so I don't need to worry about them competing. That you either have that or you don't. I can give them the X and O's and the game plan, and they'll execute that. But that drive and that willingness to be great, that's internal.
Final question. I know you don't want to do a whole lot of season reflecting, given that there's one more very big game ahead of us, but this team has been led by this large group of seniors, over a dozen of them on this roster. What do you have to say when it comes to how great the senior class has been for the program?
Well, like any team that has a great season, if you have a group of players who are committed to each other and playing for each other, you're going to have great opportunities, and that's what's happened this year.
Coach Schlie, that's all we'll have you for. Thank you so much as always. Stay tuned, folks. Our pregame show coming up right after this.
Alex Dentice, Jr., winger, class of 2026.
Alex Karras, Jr., defenseman, class of 2026.
Ava Christensen, Senior, goalie, class of 2025.
Ben Ciesla, Senior, goalie, class of 2025.
Cade Rosenthal, Senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Carson Stone, Jr., winger, class of 2026.
Danny Quinlan, Senior, winger, class of 2025.
Gavin Frasco, Senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Evan Petratos, Senior, winger, class of 2025.
Hudson Hallwick, Senior, center, class of 2025.
Hudson Schlie, Senior, center, class of 2025.
Jimmy Cannon, Senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Joe Eide, Junior, center, class of 2026.
Joel Koehn, sophomore, goalie, class of 2027.
Luca DiCosola, Senior, center, class of 2025. Luca Alpeter, Junior, winger, class of 2026.
Michael O'Rourke, senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Nico DiCosola, sophomore, defense, class of 2027.
Nikolas Hensel, junior, winger, class of 2026.
Owen Ryle, freshman, winger, class of 2028.
Tommy Dusek, senior, winger, class of 2025.
Tommy Rogowski, sophomore, defense, class of 2027.
Vinny Poro, senior, winger, class of 2025.
Coach Andrew Schlie, 15th season at Benet, 1990 St. Rita graduate.
Coach Drew Tierney, Benet 2003 grad, 17th year coaching for Benet Academy.
Michael Frado, this is my rookie year coaching, and I am a former alum under Andrew Schlie at AWF Renegades.
Ross McKay, goalie coach with the Benet Red Wings for over 10 years.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 five-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Welcome up to the broadcast booth, everybody. My name is Andy Diedrich, and you're watching CCHL Hockey, presented by Recruitlings. Game 3 of the Kennedy Cup Finals is finally here. It's winner take all. The 1-seeded Benet Academy Red Wings are at home against the visiting 2-seeded St. Ignatius Wolfpack. We can go into all of the keys to the game, all of the recaps of these team seasons, but most likely you've seen what these two teams have been capable of, so we'll keep this short, right? For those of you that haven't been following along all season, we'll give you the real quick rundown. But you know what sort of talent both these teams are bringing to the table for the most part. Both squads dominated by senior-led rosters looking to go out with a bang. 5 All-Staters, 9 All-Stars combined that's going to be out there in the ice tonight. St. Ignatius finished top 8 in the state. Benet just finished top 2, state runner-up on Sunday with a loss to New Trier. Number 1 seed versus number 2 seed, not much else you could say. There are no Davids in this matchup. There are only 2 Goliaths. And after 60 or so games, countless hours of practice, and enough blood, sweat, and tears to concern the family doctor, it's time to finally settle it out here on the ice at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. We're going to take a short break, and the puck's dropping at center ice just a few minutes. Stay tuned, folks.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 five-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information. Live from Seven Bridges Ice Arena in Woodridge, Illinois, it's Benet Red Wings hockey versus St. Ignatius. Live stream brought to you by Recruitlings. Here we go! And now, your Benet Red Wings starting lineup. Hudson Hallwett, left winger. Danny Quinlan, right winger. Hudson Schlie, center. Alex Karras, left defenseman. Jimmy Cannon, right defenseman. Ben Ciesla, goalie.
Welcome into Seven Bridges Ice Arena in beautiful Woodridge, Illinois. The entire season comes down to this in the Chicago Catholic Hockey League. It's the number 1 seeded Benet Red Wings taking on the number 2 seeded St. Ignatius Wolfpack. It is Kennedy Cup Game 3, winner take all. Will it be the St. Ignatius Wolfpack lifting their 4th cup in a row, or the Benet Red Wings capping off their dream season with some new hardware of their own? We're just moments away from puck drop here on Recruitlings. We thank each and every one of you for joining in. Let's get right to the action. You just met the Benet starters. We'll go ahead and read them back off to you. Left winger, Danny Quinlan. Center, Hudson Schlie. Other winger, Hudson Hallwett. Shoring up the defense, number 10, Jimmy Cannon, right defender. Left defender, number 15, Alex Karras. The man in the net for the Red Wings, who else but Ben Ciesla, one of the 2 All-Staters that headlined this Benet Red Wings team alongside his other starter in CCHL MVP and captain, Hudson Schlie. For the St. Ignatius Wolfpack, we did not receive a starting lineup for them. However, we can definitely tell you a couple of the key contributors on there. St. Ignatius has 5 All-Stars that were named to the CCHL All-Star team. Jackson Steinloff, Michael Holub, Austin Haynes, Hutch Dunley, and Brody Netsky, who will most likely be starting in the goal, number 35, Netsky. 3 of those All-Stars, also All-Staters, Steinloff, Haynes, and Dunley. Those are many of the key contributors you can look to see out there for the Wolfpack. Both teams going to stand at the blue line as we pause for a moment in honor of our national anthem. There you have it, folks. The anthem has been sung. It's time to play some hockey here at Seven Bridges. We'll do a quick recap on how we got here in the first place. Both these teams, the top 2 dogs in the CCHL. No shocker that they met in the finals. Game 1 was nearly 2 weeks ago right here at Seven Bridges. A scoreless first period led into a Benet breakaway goal from Joe Ide. After that, though, it was all Wolfpack. They took control with a redirect goal from All-Stater Jackson Steinloff, dominated the latter half of the game, won the shots on goal battle by 45-16, and in a pair of empty netters, 4-1, the advantage for the Wolfpack to start the series off 1-0. Game 2, last Saturday at Fifth Third Arena, home ice of the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. Another scoreless first period. This time it was the Wolfpack leading off the scoring and controlling the time on attack first. Grayson Rizzuti led that off. Physical matchup. Penalties on both sides. Benet committed the first 6. Wolfpack with the next 3. Ended up with 11 total between the teams for the game. One of those penalties proved costly to allow Joe Ide to tie the game up at 1 apiece. And after a St. Ignatius go-ahead goal early in the third, 2 late goals, a second one from Joe Eide and a late unassisted one from Captain Hudson Schlie allowed Benet to win 3-2 to force this game 3 right here. The Wolfpack are coached by Spencer Montgomery, assisted by Jeff Rogers, Nick Gustowski, Oliver Frage, Ian Tillett, and the Benet Academy Red Wings are head coached by Andrew Schlie, Drew Tierney, head assisted by Drew Tierney, and Michael Fraudo. With all that being said, puck's alive here at Seven Bridges. The Wolfpack will control first. We did not get that starting line for the Wolfpack, but by the looks of my eyes, I see Max Meyer out there as the Wolfpack get a shot on goal. Quick save by Ciesla. 45, Max Meyer. 43, the All-Stater, Hutch Dunley. Number 22 is Jimmy Doherty. Joining them on the ice, number 21, Reed Pienta. And bringing up the rear, number 60, Brady Vasic. Vasic's been the leading scorer for the Wolfpack so far in this Kennedy Cup postseason. The entire season in his 24 games of play, 9 goals, 15 assists for a total of 24 points. And a substantial chunk of that coming in these playoffs. Look out for one of the many weapons of the Wolfpack, number 60, Brady Vasic. We get right back to the action. It's DiCosola against Steinloff in the faceoff circle. This time it's controlled by Steinloff's Wolfpack. Crowd here is certainly eager, and it's certainly a packed house at Seven Bridges. Well, would you expect anything otherwise for a winner-take-all game for the oldest hockey championship in the state of Illinois? Right corner Wolfpack, we're dilly-dallying him for a little bit. Bennett's got something, and an arm goes up. Do we have something here with 15:52 on the clock? Let us see. Go ahead and give a shout out to our live stat scorers from cchl.us. Thank you to those working the score. And it is correct that we're going to have a Wolfpack penalty just over a minute into this one. Scoreboard tells me it's against number 24, Austin Haynes. Saying he's a key contributor for the Wolfpack might be an understatement. One of the 3 All-Staters, offensively, 11 goals, 13 assists in 21 games of Catholic League action. So the best power play team in the CCHL, the Benet Red Wings, get their chance just over a minute into this one with a man advantage. Holweck left side, he shoots, gloved by the All-Star Netsky. His second save, certainly of many he's going to have, especially if Benet keeps getting on these power plays. Out there for Benet, Schlie, Holweck. Next to him is Quinlan, Eide, trailing them on the defense, Jimmy Cannon. Back out to Cannon, now Schlie's top of the slide, he gets a shot. Went reverse there with his left side. Batted back out. Holweck's going to feed it across the ice to Eide. Now back out to Schlie. He's uncovered. See what he can do with it. Back tap. Benet looking very patient in this power play right now. Wanting to seize the opportunity when it comes. Holweck left side. He's got a chance. Blocked by the sturdy defense of Steinloff. Fellow defender Dunley's getting in on the action. His tall frame is no secret why he was given all-state honors. And subbing directly into the game, grabbing the puck outside the blue zone, Tommy Dusek, one of the many seniors of this team, looking to end off the season with a bang. Schlie was cruising towards the slot. The feed in from Stone to him. It's blocked by Dunley. That puck goes out of play. We stop. 14:44 on the scoreboard. So Bennett's most recent game was played in a little bit bigger venue than this. For those not aware, Benet squared off in the state championship for the Varsity Red Bracket this past Sunday against New Trier Green. New Trier being the top seed, the heavy favorite, did come out with a 1-0 victory. A hard-fought battle for both teams, very physical. 15 combined penalties were called by the referees. Whether you agree with that or not, it's certainly how the puck fell. And congratulations to New Trier on the state championship. And now marks Bennett's second runner-up in the last 10 years or so of the program. They have made now 4 state Final Fours and have been runner-up twice. Still searching for their first state title, but right now, knowing how important this Kennedy Cup is, they have the short memory of a goldfish, one might say. They look to score right here, but that puck's cleared, will be iced. No call, of course, because Ignatius is on the PK. And they're probably one more stop away from the first successful PK, avoiding disaster really early into this one. Right side, it's poked away from Stone. Behind the stick of Ryle. Power play is over. Benet able to get one shot on goal from the left side there. Other than that, Wolfpack defense, commend them for their effort. Benet finished as state runner-ups. The Wolfpack themselves had a great run through the state playoffs as well. They made it all the way to the Illinois Elite 8 in the same varsity red bracket that Benet was competing in. As the 4 seed, they were inevitably taken down by St. Viator Varsity 1. That was a great game a couple weeks ago. St. Ignatius' only thing on their mind since then has been hoisting their 4th consecutive Kennedy Cup, which they can do here with a win. Saying there's motivation for both teams is an understatement, as Alex Dentice lays a huge hit on Hutch Dunlay. I could not have timed that better if I chose to. Left side, this time it's the Wolfpack on the offensive end. Skating in around the net of Ciesla. Hasn't had to make a save yet. That's sure to change. Petratos gets it off his skate and dumps it out. Dunlay keeps it in. Left side, finding space, shooting off the left side of the net. Almost caught me by surprise there. Ciesla, good job of stepping out. That one's in the slot, but intercepted by number 23 of Benet. Say hello to Luke Alpeter. Don't see him all that much. Alpeter, one of the non-seniors of this team, still a key contributor, is going to have to kind of be the glue guy in here for Benet in case any of this team that's worn down over these 60-something games needs a breather. Two all-staters in the face-off circle. Schlie versus Steinloff. This time, Hudson Schlie poked it out, but the Wolfpack keep it in their zone for now. Had a chance in the slot there. Two Benet defenders, Karras and Cannon, were there. Looking up ahead, Holwick had a breakaway, but the diving play from Moynihan stopped that chance. Unfortunately, he might have put too much effort into it. Let's see what the referees call here. So that first penalty, about a minute in this one, went against Austin Haynes for slashing. While that call was not going to be a penalty, sending him under the box, it's a much different setup where the Wolfpack had it cleared through the neutral zone. This time, they got to face off against the puck in their zone. Quinlan's got to get back, and does. Right side, Moynihan. He'll feed it in. Cannon plays it off him first. Speedy skaters on both teams, and this time it's Hudson Holwick right side. One-on-one, he shoots. Blocked by the all-star Netsky. Holwick wanted a wraparound, he fell. Moynihan collected and dumped it back out. Dusek's chasing. Now Holwick gets it back top of the slot. Kind of pokes it into Schlie, who's running around the crease. He'll kind of get it back. Dusek with a chance. Couldn't get his stick on it. My, oh my. Dusek wanted to find the cutting Heidi just a bit in front of him. Heidi wraps around. Schlie's got some space left side. Sizing up shot. Deflected by Netsky. Benet had it in front there most of the time. Ignatius will get it out, but if it goes all the way past the line, it will be an icing call. Rosenthal chooses to grab it before the charging Bossert could get to it. Puck's deflected, no icing call. Wolfpack on a breakaway. Bossert's confronted by two Benet defenders. O'Rourke lets him have it. And Benet does get it out. Can they get to it before this is an icing? The speedy Joe Heidi says yes, he can. Right side, spinning around, looking for a cutting teammate. Ryle with a toe drag that just went long. Let Dunlay have it. This time collecting as a Benet skater. Back out to the Wolfpack. And now St. Ignatius with a chance. Frasco deflected and did not let the other Ignatius skater get a good stick on it.
Not a whole lot of shots like we've seen in the first two games, but a lot of action nonetheless. This is your first time tuning into a CCHL game this year, and you came at the right time. Dunley puts a big hit on Nico DiCosola. He's able to withstand that. Now Benet has to retreat and size up this offensive opportunity from the Wolfpack, who will just dump it in and get a line change. Stolen away, Dusek, their leading scorer, shoots! Maybe deflected off of Ciesla, but it was saved. Right corner trying to get it out are the Red Wings. Frasco versus ice to DiCosola. Past the stick of Poro, who will sub out now. Got to get a quick sub before Wolfpack have a chance. Save that looked like right off the stick of Ciesla. Just a sliver of his right side got on that. That's all he needed. Shots on goal now sits at 3 apiece. Almost halfway through this first period. Rebound opportunity in front of the Wolfpack. Right into the breadbasket of Ben Ciesla, making his 4th and 5th save. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the first frame. The Red Wings have needed all of Ciesla's ability, not just in the Kennedy Cup postseason, but the state playoffs as well. Whether it was any of their overtime games in the state playoffs, or one of their bouts against St. Ignatius where they were vastly outshot without Ben Ciesla, might have been a much different game. He might have to make another save here. Moynihan, center line. Dentice knocks him down. Still play on. Wolfpack with it. It's kicked off a skate. Dentice, opposite side of the ice. Trying to get up there is Luca Alpeter. Petratos will bounce it off the back wall. Quinlan does the same. Stolen away, Alex Karras playing pretty deep for his normal defensive post. He's got Benet players behind him to defend and forces an icing there with 8:07 on the clock. We mentioned Bennett's journey through the state playoffs. It has not been an easy one. It was not an easy one for the Red Wings. 3 overtime wins as the 7th seed. First matchup coming against York Varsity White right here at Seven Bridges. Took 2 overtimes, but finally, game-winning goal with Cchl as we pause to see what the Wolfpack can do. Hit from the back from O'Rourke. That's going to be a penalty. And Bennett's first infraction of the game will go against Michael O'Rourke, sending him to the box, allowing the Wolfpack their first power play of the day. We will wait for the live scoring to verify precisely what that penalty is. That seemed to be a pretty clear hit from behind on the big defenseman O'Rourke. That's exactly what they will cite O'Rourke for. A 2-minute minor for roughing. Sees number 27 head to the sin bin. Bennett's got their first look at trying to kill this St. Ignatius power play. Shots deflected, bouncing around. Puck was left side of the slot. Still up, keeping it in with his hand, Jimmy Doherty. The physicality has not left either of these teams since last week's matchup at 5th third. And there's one thing to say for certain. Left side, reverses course, right side. Haynes didn't get his full stick on it. And the Benet defense comes up big with their first stop, and they might try to score here. Left side, Luca DiCosola, one-timer, no good. It's deflected off Netsky's shin guards. Steinloff slowly skates, now is in the neutral zone. Sees Dusek right side. He pump fake back out, and Alex Karras made him pay for it. Good clean hit there by the enforcer, number 15. Dusek wanted to poke it out. It's off Doherty's skates. Firing in Meyer, wide right. 1 minute down to this power play, under 7 to go in the first. Dusek and Meyer get into it over there. Meyer just kicks it, and it goes right to his teammate Dusek. Doherty, top of the point, shot. Saved by Ciesla, rebounds also wide right. Dusek came in hot, couldn't fully control it. 90 seconds complete on the penalty kill. Redirect from Vasek's in the net! Ignatius scores! All the way out from the point. Number 60, Brady Vasek, found himself in the right place, right time. The leading scorer for the Wolfpack in this Kennedy Cup just increases his mark there. Wolfpack lead 1-0 early in this one. We'll take a look back at the replay to see who fired in that puck from the left side of the point. But right at the end of the power play, it looked like Benet had a chance of killing it. Advantage went to the Wolfpack. Live scoring does confirm what we believe to be true. Vasek with the score on another redirect from his teammate Max Meyer, who's fired him in them a couple times on that power play. Oddly enough, the team that scored first in the last 2 games of the series did not end up winning. I'm trying to prove that fact right as I said it. Back on the ice, Michael O'Rourke, one-timer from the right side of the point, went wide and high. He shoots another one. We'll get a stoppage from the referees. 5:48 left in the first. So Brady Vasek, with that goal now, increases his Kennedy Cup statistics to just an absolutely mind-numbing 8 goals and 2 assists. You factor in that he's not even one of the all-state forwards playing puck out there for the Wolfpack. Pretty impressive what Ignatius has been able to do. Don't tell them that now, though. A lot more hockey left to go. Bennett's going to keep trying. Netsky with a glove save up high to the left. Carson Stone with a nice little wrister. Coming in hot was not enough to get past Netsky. A little bit of pushing and shoving there. I think you don't need me to tell you there is no love lost between these two squads. How packed the stands are, how energetic everybody is all around the rink. I doubt that changes at all during the next 2 periods. We get a stoppage from our gentlemen wearing the striped uniforms. Faceoff was won by Benet, but it went past the blue line. Didn't really matter though, they regained control. The Red Wings in their red uniforms. Left side, Schlie shoots. Deflected. Getting there in the nick of time to stop that chance from Schlie. Brooks Colmone. At the top of the blackboard on what head coach Spencer Montgomery wrote in the Wolfpack locker room has to be, you got to know where number 8's at on the ice at all times. Colmone, great awareness there. Shifting his balance, getting over there, and avoiding disaster by letting the reigning MVP get a shot off. Shot to Netsky, it's saved, falls right side of the net, and getting to it first is the Red Wings. They're met by a double team of Wolfpack defenders. Up and in, running hot, number 21, Reed Pienta. Better defense stifling back there as usual. 2 guys fall down behind the net. 3rd guy falls down behind the net. Things are happening, bodies are flying. Back out to the right side of the point. Off of Hallweck's knee. Collecting, Meyer. He'll shoot again. Once again deflected. This time Danny Quinlan's in front of it. Off of Ciesla, it's in front still. Up on the opposite side. A lot of action already. Here's the shots on goal we were expecting, folks. Seems it's really picked up the pace the last couple minutes after that Ignatius power play. All alone in that right corner is Austin Haynes. Tried to put the moves on Karras. Karras delivered the blow. Schlie's shifty and hit that puck so hard the stick of Haynes fell out of his hands. Rosenthal kept that in the zone momentarily with his hand, but now Wolfpack 2-on-1 going the other way. O'Rourke's back in the nick of time. Ciesla gloves it for yet another save. At Benet defense, even if they're not back exactly when they should be, they have a lot of speedy skaters that are able to make up that ground and prevent an unabated look at the goal like they did just there. Great job, Michael O'Rourke. So we'll get a substitution before this face-off for the Wolfpack. Coming off, Kiefer Gilbertson. Coming on, number 12, Daniel Heidkamp. In the face-off circle, captain versus captain, Luca DiCosola and Jackson Steinloff. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Now stepping into the face-off circle, Grayson Rizzuti, who actually played that one quite well. Ciesla saw it all the way and put his paws down. More substitutions enter the ice. Wolfpack seeming to win the face-off battle right now pretty significantly. Still only one goal on the board despite also leading in shots on goal. Dusek speedily skating to the left side. Met by a double team back tap. Wanted to get to Rosenthal, now does. Put one in from the point, batted a couple times, went right through the crease. Then Netsky's in. Benet will dump it in. ID chases. The rest of his team will substitute. Just a bit offside for the Wolfpack. Stop play with 3 minutes in the first frame. Now, for those that have watched all 3 games of this series now, I'm going to sound like a broken record real quick, but of course, what's at stake in this one? Winner of this one takes the 2025 Kennedy Cup, champion of the Chicago Catholic League. It would be the 5th in program history for the Benet Red Wings. They've previously won in 2013, 2015, most recently back-to-back in 2020 and 2021. However, since then, every single Kennedy Cup has been won by this Ignatius Wolfpack, and a win here today would cement their 4th. They would have won 2022 all the way through 2025. Right now, chance for the Red Wings though, in front, score! Hudson Schlie! Left side, him and Ryle in the crease. Tie this one up, 1-1. Puck was wrapped around, looked like it went from Carson Stone to, I believe that's Nico DiCosola right side over there. And it was 2 Benet forwards against 1 Wolfpack defender. Ryle right side of the crease, Schlie left side of the crease. The dynamic duo found each other. And the captain, the reigning MVP of this league, Hudson Schlie, nods this one at 1. The Benet crowd, the student section, all Red Wings in attendance, reinvigorated after that one. That goal, we'll wait for the official scoring. Indeed, it is a goal for number 8, Hudson Schlie. 2:35 left in the first, assisted by Nico DiCosola and Owen Ryle. We've seen one team respond from adversity. Now, how will the Wolfpack be in this tie game now? Benet wants another one. Back pass to the slot from Luca DiCosola, goes nowhere. Bennett's now amping up their pressure on the forecheck. You could tell that energy is not only crept in from the stands, but it's over on that bench as well. DiCosola right side, fires it in. Holweck wanted to redirect through his legs and might get to it after the defender, Teddy Burke, falls down. And Burke might have broken his skate. He's trying to skate off. Unable to do so, only with the left side there. And now he comes off, and re-entering is Hutch Dunley. Interesting development there for the Wolfpack. See if that adversely affects them at all anymore. They say a 1-goal lead in hockey might as well be a no-goal lead. One singular play changes the entire course of the game, and now instead of leading, you feel like you're tied, but it truly feels like you almost might be losing at this point. Both teams have played equally from in front and behind this year. Benet with another chance. Pucks in the crease, still in front. Pokes back out. Awareness from Sam Reef saved the day. Wolfpack haven't seen the puck on their end of the ice in a while, but it won't be for long. Moonshot pass over to Ryle, now wanted to get it into Stone. Wolfpack got it in the defensive end. Wraparound, will it get to the Wolfpack first? It will. Rosenthal wanted to get it in the way. Heidkamp tried to do it himself the right side. Ben Ciesla saw it all the way, marking his 10th save of the night. Now back in the faceoff circle, it's Steinloff and DiCosola. This time it is Bennett's captain, takes the advantage here. Dunley feeds it in. Ciesla saw it all the way, actually had to make a save there. Dunley, despite being a all-state defender, has had his hand in a couple goals so far in this series as we pause to see what Bennett can do real quick. Right side, Nico DiCosola, he's got an assist already. He wants a goal. Under 30 seconds left to play in the first period. Bennett once again wanting the breakaway play. ID might have crossed into the zone too soon. It's no secret that the Red Wings and the Red Wings coaching staff are trying to get that puck back to Joe ID. He is by far leading what Bennett can do in terms of goal scoring in this Kennedy Cup. The entirety of the Kennedy Cup playoffs, Heidi's got 7 goals to his name, 2 of those coming in the pivotal game 2. They've needed every single one from Joe Heidi, one of the few players that's not a senior on this team that's a main contributor. Whether it comes from number 97 Heidi or somebody else, really doesn't matter though. Last game of the season, whoever puts that puck in the net, sure they'll get shouted the Gatorade first. Won't worry about that now. We are at the end of the first period. The score is all tied up at 1. Take care. We'll be back here on Recruitlings.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Welcome back to Seven Bridges Ice Arena. We are at the end of 1 period. If you're just joining us, welcome. I really encourage you to stay. 2 more periods left in this Illinois State hockey season. Hard to believe, I know, but it's going to be a good one, folks. Right now, we're tied at 1 between the St. Ignatius Wolfpack and the Benet Academy Red Wings. How did we get here? The scoring opened up halfway through the first period. A redirect goal from Brady Vasek off his teammate Maxwell Meyer's stick put the Wolfpack up first. That came on a power play chance, which might be important to know. Both these teams showing some extreme physicality early, but that didn't stop the Red Wings from putting in a goal of their own. 2:35 left in the first. Hudson Schlie finished the deal, but it was Nico DiCosola and Owen Ryle that fed it into him, left side of the crease. 17 minutes down, another 17 minutes coming at you right now from Seven Bridges. This time, Wolfpack will control off the opening faceoff. Right side, Meyer. Stifling defense from Karras comes out once again. Varsity the goal scorer. Puck was bouncing up and over his stick. Centering pass goes behind Schlie. Following and collecting himself at center ice, Reed Pienta. Puck's hanging out in the neutral zone for just a little bit. Bennett's got it. They'll retreat real quick, get their wits about them. Puck's playing a little ping pong right now. It's going to go back and forth between the same couple spots on the ice. Has to right there. Ignatius has to get back on side. Meyer will dump it in, but intercepting coming off the bench is Haynes. What can the Wolfpack do now? Adi pokes it. Dusek right side to DiCosola. They'll dump in and use their speed to get after it. All the way down the ice. Here's a chance. Wolfpack shoots and scores! Breakaway chance. This time it's Daniel Heidkamp off the beautiful feed from the opposite end of the rink. It's Wolfpack 2, Benet 1 early in the second period. Benet dumped it in there for just a little bit, maybe over-penetrated with their defenders. And not sure who fed that puck down. It looks to be potentially number 33, Jackson Steinloff, getting his name in the stat sheet for the first time tonight. We will await our live scoring. That's exactly what it is. Assisted by Jackson Steinloff, Daniel Heidkamp with his first goal of the game with 15:30 left in the second period. Wolfpack now back on top. A quick answer after that late goal in the first from Hudson Schlie. Saved by Ciesla, and it seems that Ciesla, with how great he is, can only do so much if the Wolfpack are going to continue to get these open looks. Have to tip your cap to Spencer Montgomery and the coaching staff for drawing up and strategizing these sort of plays that are giving their best playmakers a wide open chance. Bennett's responded once. Can they respond again? Again, in game one, Benet did score first and then led up two quick goals to Ignatius, and a pair of empty netters ended that one at 4-1. St. Ignatius led up the scoring in game two at home, but Benet fought back, kept it close, and even though Ignatius went up 2-1 late in the third, Joe Idy's second goal and a goal from Hudson Schlie, and I keep saying his name all the time, allowed Benet to escape with that one. Going back to their regular season, Benet swept the season series in the CCHL regular season play against the Wolfpack. Both games were close ones. One coming in overtime and one was a one-goal victory, but the victor both times was the Benet Red Wings. St. Ignatius, though, showing some fight by showing they belong here. And another goal from St. Ignatius. They certainly belong here, folks. Number 45, Max Meyer, puts the Wolfpack up 3-1 early in the second period. What a series of events for the Wolfpack, and their fans know it. They have kept the pressure on, allowed themselves to get themselves in moments where they can capitalize, and they've done just that. Go back and check the replay to see how Meyer found himself with so much space. The Wolfpack were threatening in the zone just a little bit. It was Varsity who collected it first. Steinloff kind of turned around, fed it directly into the slot. Max Meyer, who made himself a home right there, did the rest. 15-10 on shots on goal. Ignatius leads as they've done in the first two games of play. But right now, 3-1 is the score, and that statistic might be the most shocking. Dentice falling, getting back up, collecting himself. Benet's got to find some sort of way to rejuvenate themselves, pick themselves back up. Defense is holding steady. Alpeter gets a steal. Up ahead to Dentice, just a bit too far of him. What is it that the Red Wings can rally around to get themselves back in this one? This is it. The last game of the year for both these teams. And Benet, of course, didn't come home with the state championship trophy on Sunday. They at least want to come home with their 5th Kennedy Cup in program history. A lot of game left for sure. They do have the home ice advantage, but right now everything is coming up Wolfpack. The referee's not letting too many things come up Wolfpack, though. They're offside there with 13:07 left in the second period. We will go ahead and recap that state championship on Sunday. Real quickly, 1-goal game, 1-0, New Trier. Came off the stick of Ethan Baker halfway through the first period. Ben Ciesla had 31 saves, did his best to continue to stop the New Trier offense. But the Trevians' Wyatt Schmidt ended with a shutout, propelled them to their 3rd straight state championship. Congrats to both teams on a hard-fought season. Even though the Red Wings season, as you can see, not quite done yet. They have about 30 minutes of game time to try and make up this 2-goal deficit right now. They're threatening the face-off in their offensive zone. In the circle for them is Hudson Schlie. Offside puck squirts out. Cade Rosenthal, can he keep it in? We'll have to retreat and play it back. Dunley kept his eye on the puck. And real quickly, the Wolfpack are threatening. Right side at the point. Redirect. Ciesla got his shin down. Close one there for the Benet Red Wings again. They hit it a bit too far. Icing stops the clock at 12:23. We told you what Benet did in the state playoffs. A bunch of overtime victories, whether it was the York Varsity White double overtime here, the Deerfield game, taking 2-seed Glenbrook North Green to double overtime and pulling out victorious, or defeating Loyola Gold in the Final Four by a remarkable score of 5-1. They ended as a state runner-up. This St. Ignatius team, of course, is their gold team. They lost in the quarterfinals, or the Elite Eight, as those who are into March Madness might be curious to know. They lost to the 5th-seeded St. Viator. They skated by Glenbrook South and Stevenson in the previous 2 rounds. St. Ignatius also has a Varsity 2 team, the Maroon team. They lost in the play-in round to Sandburg. Shows you how deep this Wolfpack team truly is. Benet's got to get there if they want to stop, and do. Davin Frasco got it away from the dangerous Brady Vasic, who wanted another redirect there, but Frasco's on it once again. Benet not quite getting these out of the zone as quickly as they want to. We're not seeing them turn their defensive stops into offensive chances as quickly as they usually do. Frasco skates in, saved by Netsky. Off for the Red Wings, Nico DiCosola. On is all-star Jimmy Cannon. Chance in front of the net. DiCosola shoots off the mask of Netsky, it looked like. Did anyone touch that? No, they did not. Icing will be the call. So those 2 goals in this second period separated by only 1 minute and 13 seconds. It has dug Benet into coming from a tie game to a 2-goal deficit. It's the benefit of getting scored on quickly. You have a lot of time to make up for it. At the same time, looking up and seeing you're down multiple goals, quite daunting. The Wolfpack have a third of them. Shot, saved by Ciesla. Off the stick of number 21, Reed Pienta. Ciesla's helmet comes off. Make sure he's okay. And as you look at Ciesla, it's hard to overstate how great he's been for this Benet Red Wings team. At times, shoring up the defense to push them further and further into the state playoffs and letting their offense do the rest. 95 save percentage in this Kennedy Cup postseason coming into this one. Of course, today, he has 15 saves on 18 shots. Certainly something that the whole Benet defense is not happy about, but they're going to work on it and certainly make this a game. Don't have any doubts whether either team's down in this one. This will be a close one as we head towards the end. Ciesla's counterpart across the ice has had a little bit more action than Ciesla today. Brodinetsky has 12 saves on 13 shots. He's got about a 90% save percentage so far in the Kennedy Cup playoffs. What a redirect pass into Ryle. Puck went wide left of the net, though. Piece of beauty. Netsky came out and looks like might have forced just a beat off on the timing there from the Benet Red Wings skaters. There is Brodinetsky right there. CCHL All-Star, holding his opponents under 2 goals scored per game. At times he's been so good, it's shocking that he's not one of the All-Staters on the St. Ignatius Wolfpack squad. Faceoff stays in the Benet zone for now. Couldn't be kept in. Haynes in the Wolfpack. Eyes are big. What can they do? Ciesla taps it out of the crease before that cross could get over to Steinloff. Back in, shoots, redirect and save by Ciesla. Poro had it at his skates, and now it's dumped in by the Wolfpack. O'Rourke backhands it out. Another back tap. Poro does get it out of the zone. We have a Wolfpack skater down at center ice. Play will stop. Let's see what we have called, if anything. We will take this moment and this stoppage of play to thank everybody for tuning in, not just tonight, but all season. If you've been with us at any other part this season or just tonight, the entire Recruitlings crew thanks you greatly. We couldn't do this without everybody watching from home, and it only helps that we got some pretty good hockey for you to watch. So thank you once again, and we'll go ahead and finish this one off. Schlie will clear. Grabbing it opposite end is Doherty. First into the zone for the Wolfpack was Meyer. Nico DiCosola plays it before he can. Wolfpack getting in front of Ciesla, trying to avoid the save there, but Ciesla does make the save. Puck still sitting behind the net. Vasek is just furious, nagging at Ciesla and DiCosola both in front of the net. Ciesla's got to make another save and corrals it, or else Pienta, who was right next to him, might have made him pay on the rebound. On the ice for the Benet Red Wings. In the faceoff circle, it's DiCosola, Luca that is. Jimmy Cannon, Tommy Dusek, Alex Karras, and Joe Eide join him. For the St. Ignatius Wolfpack, it's Heidkamp, one of our goal scorers. He's out there with Haynes, Jackson Bossert. Bringing up the rear on defense, number 32, Teddy Burke, and Hutch Dunlay. Teddy Burke's had a pretty remarkable postseason himself for the Wolfpack. He is listed as a defender. Or if you've watched any of the games, he is actually one of the leading scorers, leading point getters for the Wolfpack. The game-winning goal in Game 1 isn't enough to show you that. Well, let the statistics speak for themselves. Having a defenseman being able to add more offensive value on top of that, incredibly invaluable. DiCosola shoots, goes wide of Vasek. Benet had it in front for a sec. Now Luca again shoots. Netsky holds firm. And the Wolfpack have it right side. Haynes all alone. Couldn't keep his stick down. Cannon's defense maybe caused a bit of a shuffle there. Grabbed by Steinloff in the center. Haynes. Benet defense now in front again. Puck still can't get out. Can Ida get to it and finally clear it? Yes, he can. Ida shoots near from the point. Puck bounces up. Collecting is Benet. Ida once again. Now, going back to the other night, that rapid succession of shots has been a trademark of the Wolfpack this season, but especially in this series. It's been how they've crashed the net and scored a couple goals. It's one of the only ways you can consistently score on Ciesla if the entire team's able to crash the net. Of course, the risk you run of doing that is letting up a completely wide open chance at the other end for Benet. St. Ignatius, though, has been quite all right with it. Stone shoots, saved by Netsky just barely with his right blocker. Sent all the way down, was that touched? Nope, icing is the call. 7.5 to go in the second period. Now that these two teams have played each other so much, I think you can know what's coming next. It's our notable alumni section of the show. St. Ignatius and Benet, both very old schools. 1869 was the founding date of St. Ignatius. And Chicago's near West Side, currently about 1,400 enrollment. Their notable alum this time, Ed Sweeney. He was a catcher for the New York Yankees and Pirates, Pittsburgh Pirates, of course, in the 1910s. That's how long this school's been around. Benet, of course, pretty close in age. Founded in 1887 in Lyle. About the same enrollment, hovering around 1,300. They have a lot of notable alumni, luckily, because I've done this segment numerous times throughout the year. This time, it's Marita Garrity we're going to go with as a famous Red Wing. She's a TV and film actress, most known for playing Nancy Taylor in Groundhog Day. I, unfortunately, have never seen Groundhog Day, so my mom and dad who are listening at home, I'm sure they're going to tell me to watch it after this. We're not here for me, we're here for this game. Let's get back to it. Benet controls in the center. They're gonna run it out themselves. It's Owen Ryle. Up ahead to Hallweck. He falls, no penalties called. Fans wanted some sort of slashing and interference, whatever it happened to be. No dice. Right side Stone, redirect from Hallweck, couldn't get a stick on it. Falls back to Karras. It's intercepted. All the way up. Cannon's got his paw on it, and will retreat. Hopefully get away from the forecheck of Reed Pienta, who did it solo, and now coming in as the fellow Wolfpack skaters. He pushed too hard, 2-on-2 for Benet. Dentice couldn't find his footing. The speed of the skaters is what I mentioned. This puck is just flying around the ice right now. Off the boards, no one's home, which means another icing call. It has not done anything wrong for Ignatius so far. They've been the team that's been doing the icing for majority of this one. Head coach Spencer Montgomery trusts his defense. Benet is not an offense to scoff at. That might be an understatement in saying that. But the Wolfpack holding firm in just about every situation. That lone goal from Schlie was one of Bennett's very few really good looks. Schlie played it in the air, met from the defensive Dunlay. Rosenthal O'Rourke skating backwards defending. Right side off the boards to himself in that right corner. Now behind the net. O'Rourke's to it first. We stop play. 4:57 left in the second period. We'll also give a shout out to a different Benet team that's been doing pretty well. I say that in jest because the Benet boys basketball team just won the state championship game. They beat Warren 55-54 to capture the Illinois Class 4A state title. That is their first state title after finishing as runner-up 3 previous times. They couldn't break through until this year, and it took every point they could muster in a 1-point win. Shout out to head coach Gene Heidkamp and the boys, the basketball Red Wings, for getting it done. As for the hockey players of Benet, they had it right now. Bounce over Stone's stick. Ciesla had to watch it all the way, make sure Stone could get to it first. And in congratulating the boys basketball team, I missed that Benet is now on a power play for the next 90 seconds. Penalty goes against Grayson Rizzuti for hooking. It's a 2-minute minor. And what can Benet do on their first power play chance in what's seemingly a very long time? DiCosola kept it in, but the Wolfpack punch it out with their feet. Shorthanded opportunity for the Wolfpack. Will they try aggressively to score here? It seems like no. Heidkamp, who has a goal already, eyes had to get wide when he saw that open real estate in front of him. The Wolfpack down a man, didn't want to push too hard. Pump the brakes there and get back on some defense. Bennett's got it, left side, Holweck skating around the net. He'll reverse the plane of field. Can you still say plane of field even though it's on ice? We'll say ice. Anyways, left corner, Schlie shoots. Puck flies up and out. 30 seconds or so left on this Benet power play. Can Ignatius go 2 for 2 on PKs so far? Re-entering the ice for the Wolfpack, number 33, Jackson Steinloff. He will take this face-off against Schlie. Benet had it for a sec, and now it's going to be played off the boards all the way down to waste some time by the Wolfpack. Red Wings will have one last look at 5-on-4. Try and score here. Quinlan behind the net. Watch Schlie on that right side. He's met with some defense, finds himself some space. Still with the puck is Schlie. Back and forth. In front was the puck for a little bit. Benet could not do anything with it. St. Ignatius kills the penalty, and they're now back to 5 skaters. Back on the ice is Rizzuti, who just committed that last hooking call. He keeps it in with a nice back tap. Now before long, Bennett's got it back at the center line. Quinlan might have entered too soon. Either way, we stop play. 2:16 left in the second. Of course, we'll go to our intermission after this. They'll cut the ice, both teams to the locker rooms. There is a lot to talk about in both benches and both locker rooms for both coaches. It's going to take whatever the man at the helm can say, whatever leaders come about, to get the best effort out of these squads for what could be the last 17 minutes of the season. Near side, Dunlay shoots right into the chest of Ciesla. Grabbed it before Vasek or any of the other Wolfpack skaters crashed in the net. Get it in front. Ciesla's now got 20 saves on the day. I can throw as many statistics at you as you want. If you don't believe me that Ben Ciesla is good by now, you'll have to see it for yourself. One of the 2 all-staters for Benet, of course, him alongside Hudson Schlie. St. Ignatius, though, pays no mind. They've scored their 4th of the night. Wolfpack lead 4-1. very quick action after that stoppage of play. Looked like Dunley originally fed it in, and skating around, keeping himself was Pienta. Pienta got it back off a pass from his teammate behind the net and did the rest. And the official scoring makes it official. I guess that's how official works. Anyways, Reed Pienta scoring off of an assist of Brady Vasek with 1:52 left in the second now makes this a 4-1 advantage for the visiting St. Ignatius Wolfpack. They only lead the shots on goal 24-19, but their shots have paid more dividends so far. A 4-1 score is not foreign to the matchup here. St. Ignatius ended up winning game 1 by a score of 4-1, but that also came as about a 2 empty netters real late in the final period. This has not been seen between these two teams before, and I'm not sure if anybody quite expected something like this. Every single time these two teams get together, it's been a hard-nosed contest where a couple plays will make or break the final result. But right now, Wolfpack have put themselves in the driver's seat to hoist their 4th straight Kennedy Cup and do it on Benet's home ice. Do they want goal number 5? In the middle, that pass from Haynes is under the stick of Bossert. One-timer from the right side goes way up and over. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. Luca DiCosola will fire. It's deflected. Tries to get collected by one of his teammates. And the Wolfpack happy to just kick it back down to the other end of the ice. With a multi-goal lead such as this, I would imagine it's a little more justifiable to keep kicking it down and potentially getting an icing call. Even if Benet comes out and scores a goal immediately after the face-off right here, well, you still have a 2-goal lead heading into the locker room. A really outstanding offensive display from St. Ignatius here. Can they continue, or will Benet respond in these last 17 and a half minutes of regulation? Benet wants a full head of steam in the zone. Cross to ID. Back, Netsky saw it all the way. Karras to Schlie. Hallwick wanted to get a piece of it. Shot is once again saved by Netsky. With 13 seconds left in the second, Brody Netsky showing his prowess and showing that he belongs on this ice as well. He has now made his 20th and 21st saves of the night. Benet hoping for one last look at the net before the horn sounds at the end of the second. And it looks like they're not going to get to it. There's the second period buzzer, and an offensive display from St. Ignatius has them in the driver's seat in this one, folks. It's the Wolfpack 4, Red Wings 1, heading into the third. We're going to take a short break. Our mid-game recap will be up right after this.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 five-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Welcome up to our mid-game review presented by Recruitlings. My name is Andy Diedrich. We're here at Seven Bridges Ice Arena for Game 3 of the Kennedy Cup Finals. We're currently 2 periods in, and pretty shockingly, I would say, St. Ignatius leads Benet by a score of 4-1. That is not a typo. It's not a misprint. St. Ignatius really is controlling this one in that fashion. How did we get here? Well, first period, the first 2 games of the series was first period was a scoreless stalemate in both. This time, though, scoring was opened up about midway through the first. Brady Vasek had a nice redirect. He's been their leading scorer for the Wolfpack this postseason. Not too crazy of a sight to have him do that. Quickly, though, right at the end of the first period, Hudson Schlie, the reigning CCHL MVP and captain of this Benet team, tied it up at 1. After the first intermission, it seemed like things were about neck and neck. Obviously, the score was tied. Shots on goal were about even. Both goalies looked pretty sharp. But the second period proved that to be incorrect. The St. Ignatius Wolfpack scoring 3 goals in that most recent frame. Starting off, we had back-to-back goals from Danny Heidkamp and Max Meyer in a matter of a minute and a half or so. Pretty crazy stuff. To top that off, the exclamation point on that second period, Reed Pienta made it 4-1 to just completely blow this one out of the water so far and put the Wolfpack 17 minutes away from coasting to their 4th straight Kennedy Cup title. If this result holds, it will be St. Ignatius, like I said, for the 4th year in a row, becoming CCHL champions. Bennett's hoping to fight back in this one and raise their 5th Kennedy Cup in program history and their 1st since 2021. But right now, everything's coming up the Wolfpack. If they're able to get these goals by the all-state goalie that Benet has in Ben Ciesla, who's to say they're not going to get a couple more in this third period if they keep on that pressure. Bennett's not been able to turn their defensive stops into offensive opportunities as well as they've seen them too. The thing that Andrew Schlie, head coach of the Benet Red Wings, has really stressed this season is generating offense from defense. And although they're pretty even in the shots and goal battle right now, it's 24-22 advantage given to the Wolfpack. Things are not going their way on the offensive end, whether it's the whole quantity versus quality of shots, what have you. I can't stress it enough. The Wolfpack are just coming out here, and they're doing their thing so far. With all that being said, I mean, we got 17 more minutes of hockey right now. We're going to let the Zamboni do its thing. Other than that, appreciate you sticking with us here in Recruitlings. We'll see you in a bit.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
for the first goal.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Welcome back to Seven Bridges Ice Arena. I'm Andy Diedrich, and you're watching the Kennedy Cup Finals presented by Recruitlings. The score right now, a resounding statement from the Wolfpack. They lead 4-1 over the first-seeded Benet Academy Red Wings. Coming out of the break, the DJ here at Seven Bridges Ice Arena playing Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Perhaps a attempt at trying to reinvigorate this Benet team to go out there and tell them there is no mountain high enough for them to climb. They can try and fight back from this 3-goal deficit. Watching the first 2 periods of this game, though, it is the Wolfpack's game to lose, and they have a wide margin to go ahead and try and not do that, I guess. Their defense has been great, shored up by their goalie, Brody Netsky, and the offense has been getting it done time and time again. Another goal early in this one could send the Wolfpack already to their 4th straight Kennedy Cup. A quick response from Benet could make this one a much more interesting game. We'll find out right now as the 3rd period's coming at you live from Seven Bridges Ice Arena. Cleanly controlling first was Benet, tapped in, trying to escape there to grab it is Heidi. Back tap to Hallweck, sizing it up. Puck's in front still, bouncing around, still in there in the crease. Finally gets poked out right side by the Wolfpack defense. Cannon's got it, we'll reset. One-timer flies wide left. Action's getting to it early. Karras poked away, fights his way in there, Alex Karras. Wrap around, no one was home, backside. Couple substitutions for Benet. Cannon fired it in there and looked a bit upset, no one was there. Icing is the call, just over a minute into this 3rd period. Again, if you're just joining us, 4-1 lead for the Wolfpack. If they hold on to this, it will be their 4th straight Kennedy Cup and 4th straight year reigning over as champions of the Chicago Catholic Hockey League. Benet, of course, the 1 seed. They went 17-1 in the regular season, sit at 22-2 overall, including the playoffs in conference, and want to win their first Kennedy Cup since 2021. It would be their 5th in program history. Left side, Stone was there. Stick was not on it. And the Wolfpack will try and get it out and do. Goes through Rosenthal's either 5-hole or right next to him. And it'll be an icing. Benet with another quick chance. We were talking about other sports earlier, so how about baseball? Your Chicago Cubs are in Tokyo to play the Dodgers. They lost 4-1 today. And even though it's still the middle of spring training, it did count for a regular season game. They actually play again tomorrow morning at 5:10 a.m. if anyone wants to be up burning the midnight oil for that one. White Sox fans, no fear. Season starts a little bit later, the 27th, where you'll host the Los Angeles Angels at Wright Field, I believe it's renamed now for whatever reason. I will say a 5:10 a.m. start is, I know time zones exist before my mom or dad call me out for that in the chat now. But still, if you want to advertise the game, how are you going to play it at 5:10? Imagine if we were coming to you live for the Kennedy Cup Finals at 3:30 in the morning. Big hit from Quinlan. Shows that Benet's still here. Saved by Netsky off of the Schlie one-timer. Fed in. Schlie's got it in front. It's batted up and around. O'Rourke at the point. Almost redirected in by the Wolfpack skater. And once again, the same thing. Dusek couldn't backhand it, but Rosenthal keeps it in. Flicking it all the way down the ice. Again, the Wolfpack seem more than content with continuing to ice this puck as it takes time off the clock. Flicking that one down there was number 32, Teddy Burke. DiCosola and Steinloff in the face-off circle. Benet's got some set plays out of the face-off, but the Wolfpack have been coming up victorious on them pretty much all night. One-timer from Doherty, wide left. Moynihan retreats all the way back, and no rush to get it going. As time keeps ticking, under 15 minutes in this one. Left side, Doherty. Reverses to Moynihan, up high. Ciesla gloves it. That's Ciesla's 22nd save of the night. Shots on goal now stands at 27 for Benet, 26 for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack out the face-off, dished it towards the net, no dice. Now Benet trying to turn that stop into something. Something they've been unable to do against this Wolfpack team consistently. A trademark of how they get their offense going. In front, Wolfpack, backhand, saved by Ciesla. Shot off the stick of Jackson Bossert. That's his first shot of the night. Definitely wants another to punctuate this performance from his team. The goal scorers in this game for the Wolfpack in that first period, halfway through, Brady Vasek got on the board first. He was followed by back-to-back goals to start the second by Daniel Heidkamp and Maxwell Meyer. And at the tail end of the second, Reed Pienta was the one that made this a 4-1 game. Hudson Schlie, the lone goal scorer for Benet. And also getting assists on those goals. Assists awarded to Brady Vasek, who has a goal and an assist. 2 to Jackson Steinloff. And Maxwell Meyer, who also has a goal and assist. So 4 goals, 5 different guys with points for the Wolfpack. Icing call this time against the Red Wings. Will skate back to the right side. And Bennett's gonna have to play some defense again. Far corner, wrestled away. Carson Stone's got the puck. Centered it to Ryle. Ryle's first to play it. He wanted to stop and start. Kicked from Rosenthal, and now in open space, right side, Max Meyer. Centers, fires back to the right, and scores! Meyer's second goal tonight might have just gave the Wolfpack the Kennedy Cup. It's 5-1 late in this one at Seven Bridges. Meyer came out hard on Cade Rosenthal, who was trying to keep the puck in the zone for Benet. Came up with it himself. Had a one-on-one. Nice stop and start move. Went back out to his outside and let his stick do the rest. A silent and stunned Benet crowd here in Woodridge, and for good reason. The Wolfpack, if there's any time to make a statement win, I guess it is in the final game of the season. They're doing so right now. Even their defense holding firm. Brody Netsky with his 27th save of the night. See some frustration mounting on the Benet offense. That goal officially awarded to number 45, Max Meyer, his second of the night. assisted by Teddy Burke as we have some pushing and shoving down near Bennett's goal. And there is a man down for the Wolfpack. That's number 6, Simon Moynihan. He makes his way upright into his skates. We hope that Moynihan and the rest of the Wolfpack team is all right. Some more players exchanging words. Do not want this one to get ugly. We all have a lot of emotions, feelings, and desires when it comes to our team, our kids, our friends out there playing. These are only high schoolers. I want to make sure nothing gets out of hand. As for Moynihan, it did look like he was more than all right skating off the ice. He gave Luca DiCosola and the Benet team a nice point to the scoreboard skating off the ice. If that score does hold, it will be St. Ignatius with a blowout win of the Benet Red Wings on Bennett's home ice. Puck might have bounced out for a second there. We get a stoppage of play, 12:07 on the clock. Schlie and Pienta in the face-off circle. Puck flies up and out, almost hits some people of the Ignatius crowd. Let's hope they're okay. See some smiles in the face over there. They seem all right. There's Butch Connolly, the video guy for the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. You ever see Butch around? He's a great guy. Give him a high five for me. Schlie and Reef in the circle. Schlie out to Karras. Karras one-times it from the point. Rebound Cannon. They'll bring it around town, or tried to at least. The Wolfpack just seem to wrestle away any puck they want. And now already streaking towards the goal, another chance nearly. Bossert fed it into Reef, who had an unabated shot at Ciesla if he wanted to. Just couldn't get his stick down. Cannon will fire it in. Netsky, their easy save. Streaking in, Holweck had it tapped by a defender. Wants the wraparound, go Dice! And it's batted all the way back out, and it can't be iced. Yes, it can. I thought it was going to go into Ciesla's domain in the net. It'll go to Netsky as a save, most likely, but they got to give a tip of the cap to that Wolfpack defense. Right near the crease, in front of the slot. Seemed tailor-made to be a Benet goal there to get them another one on the board. The Wolfpack said no, no, no. Holweck wanted a one-timer. It was poked out beforehand. As he comes out, make sure Teddy Burke's got it. Backhand to Meyer, up to Vasek, 2-on-1. Tap in front of the slot, shoots, saved by Ciesla. Meyer on the rebound, he shoots, once again saved. Still in front, now in that far corner over there. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty potentially against Benet. Some sort of stoppage in play. I saw the referee's arm go up immediately after a Wolfpack skater fell to the ice. Some various jawing and pushing and shoving. And skating off the ice for Benet is going to be number 18, Luca DiCosola. It appears he's been sent out of this one. DiCosola, one of the seniors, unsung leaders of this team. In 24 games of play, 9 goals, 11 assists for 20 points. He's a huge part of what makes Benet so great. And it looks like he's just played his last action of the season and of potentially of his hockey career. And additionally, we have a penalty against Cade Rosenthal for cross-checking. He'll serve 2 minutes in the box. And then that penalty against DiCosola is for contact to the head, which is a big no-no, of course. Which explains why he was sent off. Referee's going to get things sorted out here as we pause for a moment. So because of both penalties, one sending DiCosola off the ice, of course, and the other sending Rosenthal to the penalty box, it's 5-on-3, man advantage for the Wolfpack. They have a great chance to put in their 6th goal of the night if they so choose. Right side, Haynes, wrap around, Vasek's in front, collects, still in front, Dunley crashes, couple Wolfpack defenders crashing, bodies flying. Getting it out is Hudson Schlie. He's quickly doubled and is going to have to retreat and play some D. Brasco falls, slashes his stick there. Directly through the crease, no one was home. Line pass from Haynes. Dunley's around the net, sizing up the defense. Wanted Vasek, right side cutting into the slot. He couldn't get his stick down. Benet will exchange 3 skaters. Ignatius will exchange 2. It's Hallweck, Schlie, and Karras on the ice for Benet. We got to play some defense right here. Ciesla makes a save, though, right in the breadbasket. Nine minutes and 15 seconds left in regulation. 57 seconds remaining on this Wolfpack 5-on-3 power play. Another thing important to note, of course, that DiCosola head contact penalty is a misconduct, 10 minutes ejection. The minor that goes along with it, the 2 minutes where Bennett's without an extra skater, is served by Luca Alpeter right now. Redirect, no good. Ciesla makes another save. Dynamic at Seven Bridges, certainly a different one from the first puck drop. Unless you are a Wolfpack fan, things have certainly taken a turn here. In front, Ciesla's got to fall down. Wolfpack at the rebound, still loose puck, and now successfully sent down to the other end by Tommy Dusek. Got a defense prize another one away. Cannon sent it down. It was Grayson Rizzuti that had the chance with the puck there, closest to the net. Time running out on the power play, and it does expire. Benet with his successful 5-on-3 penalty kill. Now back at even strength. Can they put another goal on the board? Schlie fed into Stone. Stone had it, lost it, regathers. The double team of Wolfpack are there to stymie him. And then it looks like we will get a penalty against the Wolfpack. Once again, some extracurriculars after the stoppage in play there. Doesn't look like we'll get any extra calls on anybody. But heading over to the area of the sin bin, number 32, that's Teddy Burke. It is going to be a 2-minute minor on Teddy Burke. He certainly got a hit to the back of Carson Stone. We'll see what the exact call is, of course. But Benet with their first power play in a couple periods, it seems. The call is roughing against Teddy Burke. Stone wanted Schlie cutting through the center, couldn't find him. ID, Schlie, and Stone in that corner. Now Schlie wanted to find the cutting Quinlan. Just to the left of him. Wolfpack get it out. And important to note, Ben Ciesla is off the ice for Benet. So they have 6 skaters on the ice in this power play chance. This is their last gasp effort. This is win or go home. This is your season. Got to try anything. Schlie shoots from just outside the faceoff circle, goes wide right. In front's Hallweck. Back out to Cannon to Quinlan. Schlie near the point. Moves towards the center. Left side, redirects no good. Heidi poked it in, and then we have some more shoving. Net comes off the hinges. And the referee's stepping in to separate, make sure nothing too bad happens here. We have a helmet coming off. Nothing good happening right now. In on the scuffle is Carson Stone and Hutch Dunlay. Referees separate them, and we'll see what is called. Stone immediately heads off the ice. So Stone already heads off. It looks like Dunlay's gonna get some love from his teammates and follow suit. Takes a bow for his efforts today. He's pretty confident the Wolfpack will hold on to this one. So the referees will skate back to center ice to officially sort out whatever just happened. It is important for the referees to not only establish control, but keep in control before the remaining 7 minutes of this game get even uglier than what we're already sitting at. Those of you just joining us, 7 minutes to go in the third period. We just had our second and third ejections of the night. St. Ignatius leads Benet Academy by a score of 5-1 in the winner go home game 3 of the Kennedy Cup Finals. This is uncharted waters for the Benet Academy Red Wings. I mentioned it before, they went 17-1 in the regular season in the Catholic League of Chicago, including 2 wins against this very Wolfpack team they face right now. They swept their way into these Kennedy Cup Finals. They were taken down in game 1 here, rebounded with a game 2 win against the Wolfpack, and now trail by 4 goals with 7 minutes to go. Once those 7 minutes expire, if the score still stands, that'll be it for the season. The St. Ignatius Wolfpack will lift their 4th straight Kennedy Cup. Of course, this is, I say those things, that's not a knock at all on the St. Ignatius Wolfpack, the 2 seed of the CCHL, 14-4 in the regular season, 19-6 overall. And when you look at the numbers, St. Ignatius scored the most goals in the regular season and allowed the least. If you factor in the playoff scoring that they've had, 144 goals for, 41 goals against. That's a plus 103 goal differential. It's by far the largest in the CCHL. They certainly belong here on the biggest stage, and they're showing it right now. So going in the books, as we see this Benet can do here. Hoek tried to feed it in. Eide. Netsky got in the way of it first. Doherty sends it out of the zone. Schlie couldn't handle it. Almost an empty netter chance for the Wolfpack. Real quick, we'll say it was Hutch Dunley, Carson Stone, both getting game misconducts and sending out of this one. That was right before, or right after, excuse me. Luca DiCosola was sent off for misconduct himself. Empty netter, Doherty right side. Wraps it around. Benet defense has to get back in front of that net. They do. Holwick's got a chance. Left side. Hill shoots. Wanted to go top shelf just over Netsky. And Brody Netsky floating just a bit as his offense puts in the empty netter. And that's already an exclamation point with 6 minutes and 1 second to go. The St. Ignatius Wolfpack lead Benet in the Kennedy Cup Finals 6-1. Pretty remarkable stuff from the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. Putting it in on the left side, past the point into that empty net. Number 22, Jimmy Doherty. Doherty officially scoring that one, 6 minutes, 1 second on the clock. Assisted by his teammate, Dan Heidkamp. This game was a 1-1 tie after the first period, but 2 back-to-back goals, and then a goal late in the second made it 4-1 going into the third. And now a pair of goals with still 5 minutes to go leave us at 6-1. Arm goes up, penalty will be assessed against, looks to be number 6, Simon Moynihan of the Wolfpack. So in this 6-1 game, we've already had 3 separate ejections. One was against Luca DiCosola for misconduct, and then Carson Stone and Hutch Dunley got into it a couple minutes ago in the third. Were both sent off for misconducts of their own. Those penalties, as well as a couple others in the meantime, this very physical matchup, leaves us in a normally a 4-3 situation on the ice, but Benet still with their goalie pulled. And Ignatius' goalie, Brody Netsky, once again, flashing the leather for his, if the scoreboard is to be believed, his 31st save of the night. Benet, though, their second goal of the night off the stick of Joe Eide. It goes in the books as a power play goal. They cut the deficit to 4. It was a quick chance right after the face-off. Eide found his place on the left side of the crease and finally put one past Netsky, who's had a phenomenal game of his own. That now marks Joe Eide's 8th goal of these Kennedy Cup playoffs. He had 2 in game 2, and he has 1 here. See if Benet can keep putting any sort of pressure on to make the Wolfpack sweat. But that goal only cut the lead from a deficit of 5-4. Schlie, a nice set of moves. Wanted to go bottom through the 5-hole maybe. Netsky held firm. Puck bouncing around in the slot. Grabbed out by the Wolfpack. Bennett's got to get back. Do we have another empty netter on the hands? Brady Vasek wide open. Goes wide right of the net. Vasek's been so tremendous. He's almost better at scoring when there's defense than when there's not. Another chance here. Steinloff. Wide right. Poro needs to get it out and does. Substitution. Guy coming on is Dentice. Off his skate and right back into the action. Ryle's in the zone first. Netsky with another deflection. It hits the top net. We get another stoppage in play. 3 minutes, 11 seconds. The entire Wolfpack team on the ice right now, coming over to give Netsky some knuckles and show some love. As he certainly had to have quite the game to stop the Benet offense from doing their thing. It's not like the first two games where the Wolfpack have vastly outshot the Red Wings. Right now it sits at 36-34 advantage of the Wolfpack, but the previous two, they've outshot them by much wider margins. Poro got his hand on it. It's a good thing he did. That might have been heading towards the empty net still. Bennett's been rocking with an empty net since about 7 minutes left in this one. This is the last game of the year. If you're going to do it anytime, today's the day. Vasek shoots, left side, couldn't get it in. Red Wings poking in the neutral zone. Playing it first and putting a big hit. Michael O'Rourke, who comes in to lay another big hit on the guy he chased down. It's number 42, Brooks Commody, that absorbed that one. And O'Rourke might have got too much sauce behind his check there. And I think that's going to go against him as a penalty. That will be a penalty against O'Rourke, as we thought. So now Benet will have to trot a goalie back out onto the ice, Ben Ciesla, as they themselves face a 5-on-3 deficit and another Wolfpack power play. Redirect from Vasek, almost his second of the day. One hand shoots it up and over Ciesla, but it does hit the net, so we stop with 1:56 left to go. Well, barring some miracle of events here for the Red Wings, it appears that the St. Ignatius Wolfpack will win the 2025 Kennedy Cup. Their fourth in a row. They have had an absolute hold on this division, this conference, for nearly half a decade. It looks like it's not going to stop now. They might want another goal. Goes through the legs of number 7, Kiefer Gilbertson. And as the clock stops at 1:41, I will take this time to give a tip of the cap to the St. Ignatius program. They've only had a varsity team for a little over 10 years now. There's been a couple coaches that have come in and tried to build this program into what it's become, but the main architect has been their current head coach, Spencer Montgomery. From a team that only had a JV squad for many years to a fairly new varsity team, now to a program with 2 varsity teams, one of them winning their conference for now 4 years in a row. It is truly impressive on what Montgomery has done for this Wolfpack program and all the players as a whole, the development that has been done for all of these different players. St. Ignatius, of course, just like Benet, a senior-led squad. A lot of these seniors want to go out on top, and it looks like they're going to do just that. Truly remarkable stuff for the St. Ignatius Wolfpack program, building this team into what it is today. So to Spencer Montgomery, his assistants, Jeff Rogers, Nick Ustaski, Oliver Frage, and Ian Tillett, my tip of the cap to you, gentlemen. Slow moving puck goes all the way back down towards Ciesla, who gets it out and wants to get into a teammate of his. And as for Benet, A very disappointing end to the year nonetheless. Still, to make it to the very coveted Kennedy Cup Finals, take your opponents in the defending champions to 3 games, making it to the state championship down at the United Center, playing New Trier, who's won 3 in a row now, very closely to a 1-0 game. It is nothing to hang their heads on. All these seniors certainly wanted a better ending, but to say that they have not been one of the best teams in the state this year would just be grossly incorrect. Both of these teams, absolute wonderful seasons, however you want to slice it up. It's just disappointing. Only one of them can lift the Kennedy Cup. Benet will fire it in. Netsky makes one last glove save. Puts him at 33 on the day. Excuse me, 32 on the day. Not that that's not impressive. And the seconds tick off the clock. The final horn sounds. The St. Ignatius Wolfpack are your 2025 Kennedy Cup champions. Elation on the Wolfpack side. They didn't just come in here and win, but they blew Benet out. 6-2 is the final score at Seven Bridges Ice Arena as the St. Ignatius Wolfpack will get to hoist their 4th consecutive Kennedy Cup. On the other side, Benet regrouping over on the nets. They've certainly had a great season, all the same. Tough loss in the state championship and a tough loss of game 3 here. It's been difficult for the Benet Red Wings. It's certainly a great season that will go down in program history. See both teams come to center ice and shake hands. It sounds like we're going to hear the trophy presentation coming up shortly. Stick with us, folks.
have your attention, please? On behalf of the Chicago Catholic Hockey League, we'd like to thank all of you that have come out tonight and the entire playoffs for the whole year. And I think a well-rounded applause for both Benet and St. Ignatius for the great final. We have some awards to give out for the year as well. Though this may not be the greatest thing that Benet won tonight, but Benet did win the league this year, which is an achievement in itself. Benet would come up with the first place trophy for the league. The next award is going to go to the most valuable player of the league. It's an award given to a player who has been deemed to be most valuable to this team, a player that they can't play very well without. And that award goes to Benet's Hudson Schlie. We have another award. It's the outstanding player, most outstanding player of the league, and that goes to Benet's Hudson Schlie. The league awards an outstanding defenseman award, and that goes to St. Ignatius Francis Dunley. Give an award out in the Catholic League. It's a sportsmanship award, and it covers sportsmanship, coachability, academics, discipline. The winner this year, he gets a nice traveling trophy for his school, as well as a $1,000 scholarship from the McMartin family. This one goes this year to number 7, Daniel Quinlan. Most valuable player of Kennedy Cup playoffs is Jimmy Doherty. I'm going to step back right now because we're going to award the 61st Kennedy Cup to St. Ignatius.
Well, there you have it, folks. Your 2025 Kennedy Cup champions are the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. There was a couple awards given out at center ice there, but most notably, your Kennedy Cup MVP goes to number 22, Jimmy Doherty of the Wolfpack. With all that being said, stick with us, folks. Our postgame show coming up right after this.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Hi, folks. I'm Andy Diedrich, and welcome into our post-game interview presented by Recruitlings. St. Ignatius is your 2025 Kennedy Cup champions. The MVP of the 2025 Kennedy Cup, standing next to me, number 22, Jimmy Doherty. First off, you just won the Kennedy Cup. It's your 4th in a row for the program. Can you put into words how you're feeling right now?
It feels amazing, especially for my last year. For my last year, it's unreal. Like, no better way to go out, especially like playing with all my best friends and playing from 10 plus years. It's been an honor, and having all my coaches here with me, have been nothing but a blessing. So.
You were, of course, named MVP. There's a lot of different contributors in this team. I think what makes St. Ignatius great is its versatility. What does it mean to you that you were considered the MVP?
It's an honor. This goes to the team. Every single one of us worked their asses off this game. I don't know if I can say that, but we all worked so hard this game, and we worked hard this whole tournament. It's been such a long ride, almost 70 games now. So, it says individual, but it's more of a team, I feel like. So,
you talk about it being a long ride. It sure seems like this series was a long ride. I mean, game 1, 2, it all happened over a span of 2 weeks. When you guys were up 1-0, and then Benet came to town, took game 2, forcing this game 3, what was the vibe in the locker room? Were you guys really feeling this was still your series to win?
Yeah, we were a little disappointed because I felt like game 2 in the third period we had in our grasp and kind of taken from us. But game 3, our main thought here was it's our last game. We got to work as hard as we possibly can, leave it all out here because there's nothing else to wait for, so, yeah.
One last time, I'll ask you with all your teammates behind, how great does this feel, man?
It's surreal. It's awesome, yeah. Can't be happier.
Well, Jimmy, this is a great first time to meet you.
Yeah.
Great when this happens. Congratulations again on a great season, and best of luck to you in your future endeavors. Thanks. Stay tuned, folks. Our post-game show coming up right after this.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Welcome up to the post-game show, folks. My name is Andy Diedrich, and you're watching the Kennedy Cup Finals presented by Recruitlings. You saw it here yourself, folks. St. Ignatius comes into Bennett's home arena here at Seven Bridges Ice Arena and comes out with a resounding 6-2 win. It is their 4th straight Kennedy Cup, and the elation on the ice is still continuing behind this camera over here. Recapping today's action, it was actually a 1-1 game at the end of the first period. Things seemed close. It was a lot closer than the first 2 games seemed in terms of the time on attack. St. Ignatius came out and dominated the time on attack in those first 2 matchups of this 3-game series. This time it seemed pretty even, about even kilter. Once we hit the second period, though, 2 quick goals from the Wolfpack, as well as one to capitalize the end of the second period, put them up 4-1 going into the locker room and into the final period. From there, the Wolfpack's momentum took over. There was a lot of physicality, penalties, and a couple extra goals on top, just that little extra cherry on top of this one. But all in all, it is the Wolfpack coming out victorious 6-2 over the Benet Red Wings. They finished this season 20-6 in the CCHL. They were the 2 seed coming into this Kennedy Cup postseason and come out with a win in Game 3 to lift their 4th straight. Benet, on the other hand, they finished this season 22-3 overall in the CCHL. Their only loss in the regular season came to Fenwick in the season finale, and their only 2 losses in the Kennedy Cup postseason come in this final series as they fall to St. Ignatius. Tremendous seasons for both teams. Keep in mind, 2 All-Staters on the Benet side. Those All-Staters being Hudson, Schlie, and Ben Ciesla. 3 All-Staters for St. Ignatius. Those All-Staters being Jackson Steinloff, Austin Haynes, and Hutch Dunley. You add in the All-Stars, there's 9 combined on the ice there. There is no doubt that these 2 teams were the top of the top in the CCHL. Someone just had to come out, and this time it was the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. These are 2 senior-led squads that both wanted to go out with a bang, and it is going to be the St. Ignatius squad that does it. As for Benet, taking a step aside from the game, of course, here at Recruitlings, we are the team that broadcasts and televises these Benet home games here at Seven Bridges or wherever we're at. So I do want to take a moment to thank from our entire crew, the entire Benet hockey program, all the parents, players, coaches, anybody else that we've come across that have just allowed us to do this, been so friendly, so kind in this whole process, because it let us see some great hockey, meet some great people, and just have a lot of fun in the process. I'm a little emotional about it because it's been such a fun season. I'm sad it comes to an end for all the players of both teams, all the seniors, and everybody else involved. So I will just take that moment again to thank each and every one of you that have tuned in to one broadcast, every single broadcast, whether you just checked a score once or twice, watched one of the videos we post on our channel. It truly means the world to us. So with that all being said, we'll wrap up in Seven Bridges Ice Arena. Your Kennedy Cup champions of 2025, the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. And for the very last time this season, a little bittersweet in saying that, for Eric Raichi, Marlo Raichi, and the rest of the Recruitlings crew, my name is Andy Diedrich saying so long, and we'll see you when we see you.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
So weird.